Welcome to the next video. We will talk about what is breakout structure. The market is moving in a trend, which could be bullish, which is this case, or bearish, which is this case. It will create breakout structures. It will create both to the upside in the bullish trend. So these are upside breakout structures in the bullish trend, and it will create downside breakout structures, which is this one in the bearish trend. Okay, so market usually moves like creating a series of lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs in the bullish trend, and it will create highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows in the bearish trend. Let's see the bullish example. If price breaks through the last high point, which is this one, I will just draw it instead. So if price breaks through the last high point, which is this one, it will create a breakout structure to the upside and will create a new high. After this, price will create a pullback, and if it doesn't break below the last low point, the last higher low point, it will respect the structure and the trend can continue. And after this, price will create a breakout structure to the upside. So it broke through the last higher high point. It created a breakout structure on this line. So this will be our new high until the pullback happens. So let's say a pullback happens. It creates a pullback. It respects the last higher low. It doesn't break below this low. So the trend can continue. Price will create a new higher high here, breakout structure to the upside, and the trend can continue. This is the bullish trend, creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. The short example is the same. Price has a high point and a low point. This is the high point, this is the low point. If price creates a pullback and respects the last high point, it can continue the bearish trend and create a breakout structure to the downside. So here's a breakout structure to the downside. After this, price creates a pullback. This means we will have a new lower low. This is our new lower low. If the pullback respects the last lower high point, which is this one, so it doesn't break below it, it will create a new higher lower high. This will be a new lower high. And after this, price can create the bearish trend, break structure to the downside, create another boss here. And if the pullback happens, if it respects the last lower high, which is this one, it can continue the overall bearish trend. So that's a live example for this. As you can see, in this region, price is moving in an uptrend, creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. I will just map out the structure. We have this low point here. We have this high point here. A pullback happens, so a higher low has been created. After this, price broke structure to the upside. A high has been created, a new higher high. After a pullback, it created a new higher low, new higher high, new higher low, new higher high, low, high, low, high, low, high. So I will just duplicate this line, and you can see that price is moving in a clear uptrend, creating a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. And after every high has been broken, price will create a breakout structure to the upside. So this high has been broken, breakout structure to the upside. This high broken, breakout structure to the upside. This high broken, breakout structure to the upside. And you can also see this in the live chart. So as you can see, for example, in this area, breakout structure happened. The last high point has been broken. So this is our breakout structure. This is our high, that high broken, breakout structure to the upside. This is our high, high broken, breakout structure to the upside. High, high broken, breakout structure to the upside. And this goes on and on. So this is our bullish trend. And as you can see, after this, price turned into a bearish trend and changed character here. We will talk about change of characters in the entry units, as I said. So change of character happened here. After this, price turned into a bearish trend, creating a series of lower lows and lower highs. I will just map out the structure again. We have this high point here, a low point, lower high, lower low, 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 lower high, and this goes on and on. I will just duplicate this again. And as you can see, price is moving in a really clear downtrend, so bearish trend. If this low is broken, price will create a breakout structure to the downside with this movement. If this low is broken, price will create a breakout structure If this low is broken, price will create a breakout structure. And this goes on and on and on again. This is the breakout structure. Now let's see how can we identify the breakout structure. Okay, so let's see an example for the body and the wick closures. So in this region, price is moving in an uptrend, creating a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This was our last high point. So if this high point breaks, breakout structure will happen to the upside. This is our last higher low point. If this breaks, a change of character will happen to the downside. Okay, so on the last higher high point, we have this candle with a wick and a body. Price did a pullback, created a new higher low. After this, price started to try to break to this high. Okay, when will this be a break? When do we call it a break? If price breaks through this last high point, so this line is the last high point. So if price breaks through this with a wick, it won't be a breakout structure. We only count breakout structure if the candle closes above with the body. So it has to close above this last wick with a body. This is what we call a wick to body closer. If price just closes above with a wick, it won't be a breakout structure. It could be a liquidity sweep. We will talk about liquidity sweeps in the next unit. So if it closes above with this candle and not just a wick, that will be a breakout structure, and we can mark this as a breakout structure to the upside. After this, price can create a new low, new higher low. And if it tries to break above this high again, it will has to create a body closer again and not just a wick. Sorry, let me just duplicate this candle, duplicate the wick. So I mean, duplicate the wick, yes. So if this candle closes above this last higher high with just a wick, then it won't be a breakout structure, because if the wick closes above, that is not a breakout structure, it has to close above with the body. Okay, so let's see another live example for the closures. So as you can see, this is the same example as last time. Price is moving in an uptrend, creating a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows with breakout structures. Okay, let's focus on this region. And you will see that price created this last high here. And after it created a pullback to this region. I will just mark this as the high point. And until this high breaks, it won't be a breakout structure. So as you can see, we have this wick here. That's our last high point. And price tried to break above this high, but it could only break above with a wick on this candle and the break above with a wick on this candle. So it won't count as a breakout structure. But as you can see, this candle and this candle closed above on this high with a body. So it's a full body closure. So this will count as a breakout structure. So basically, this upside candle created the breakout structure to the upside. Okay, so in this region, this will be our new high. Until this high breaks, it won't be a breakout structure. Price broke above with a body, closed above with a body on this candle. So it will be a valid breakout structure on this line. Price did a pullback here. And as you can see, I will just zoom in and mark the last high point. This was the last high point. So until this high breaks, it won't be a breakout structure. As you can see, price started to form a pullback here. And after the pullback on the fourth candle, price tried to break above this high, this weak high, but it only wicked above the high. So it didn't close above with the body. So it won't be a breakout structure. And that's why I said it's so important to memorize that it has to close above with the body, because as you can see, it wicked above, but after the wick above, it reached deeper areas. So it wasn't a breakout structure. The real breakout structure came into the market with this candle, because this candle closed above the last high with a body. So this is our real breakout structure line.